Hi everyone, it's Jade from Career Journey Professional, helping you to find and land in a career that's suitable for who you are and what you're really longing for your future. So I am a business and career activator based in Sydney and helping individuals and organizations, institutions of people who are really looking for that career transition and the next step for your career. All right, so today is actually quite a practical topic that we're going to talk about. So you probably are seeing one of my LinkedIn photos. So I'm talking about how to take great LinkedIn corporate headshot that get you views and jobs. Not necessarily corporate if you're not in the corporate, but how to take great LinkedIn headshots that get you views and jobs. So one of the statistics I want to share at the beginning is if you do have a LinkedIn photo on your LinkedIn profile, it's 3 times more than likely to be viewed and to be pushed to the top of the search result when you are sharing your LinkedIn profile and when people are searching for you. So today I will share 3 tips in terms of how you can do it. So the first one is things that you should avoid. And second and the third is things that you want to add into your LinkedIn photo. First one is things that you do want to avoid is too much photoshopping. So if you took a photo nowadays, people will edit your photos whether it's Photoshop or whether it's there's one called Face Shop. So whatever that they're using, the professional ones are Photoshop, of course. Make sure that it's not too much. Of course, it's totally fine if you want to beautify your photo, which is so normal. We all do that. But you don't want to overdo it so that it looks not normal. I had a client who done it. They look completely different, or people who want it done, they are not paying attention to the angles of the pavement behind them. It's twisted. It doesn't look normal because the legs are lengthened, stuff like that. Second one is showing too much. So this is not necessarily just for the ladies if you're showing your chest, but also for people who are wearing singlets. It's still showing too much, and also it doesn't look that professional. Of course, I'm talking about it depends on the occupation that you're doing, but most of the LinkedIn headshots you still want to present you are professional. So that's a great to wear something that looks professional. You don't want to reveal too much of your body. And thirdly, it's having a very clear definition of your own personal branding. Now, if that's a word that's too grand for you, then think about what sort of employee you want to look like, or entrepreneur if you are. Think about that. And then from that point of view, what do you want people to feel when they see your picture? Most of the time, it's very easy. You want to dress and act like how you are at your best state at work. So you want to wear something that you wear to work and in your best situation. And you want to act like or pose like, or your facial expressions are like who you are when you're at the best at your work, right? We want to show the best side of ourselves. So that's what we mean by personal branding. Thirdly, also make sure that your picture has good resolution, has high resolution. I did have client when I click onto their LinkedIn photos, it's very low resolution, so it looks like pixels. It's not clear, which is not that professional again. So here, I would advise if you are struggling with all of this, it's definitely worthwhile to invest in this, to look for someone local that's professional. They can take a really decent photo for you, and they can also do the decent job for beautifying your picture for you as well. In terms of what you wanna show in terms of your facial expressions, making sure that you're smiling but not too much, not laughing, because when you laugh, first you're showing a lot of your mouth or your gum, and also you're squeezing your eyes so people can't see your eyes clearly. So make sure you're not doing that. Some other things that you want to avoid is not dressing too out there. So there are people who have a pink suit or a pink hat or some really outstanding, the good word would be outstanding, hairstyle or accessories or your personal style. I mean, if you are a personal stylist, that's perfectly fine. But again, most of my clients are people who want to pose as professional people. So you better avoid things like weird hairstyle or weird accessories or what I shared, a hat or scarf or your clothes that's too much out there, that's too outstanding. So that's point number one, what you want to avoid. And point number two is the background and environment that you want to take photos. No, so nowadays you can do it at home, but I'll start with the professional one. So if you're taking it outdoor, or if you're taking it in a studio, or if you're taking it at home, it's the same. You want to make sure there are two things. First, it's your background. Your background is not too noisy. Your background is not too messy. And also, when I say messy, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's dirty or it's busy, but it's shifting the focus onto other people. That's one of the biggest things, that if you go home to dating profile, that people share their pictures with other people, then you can't really tell who is who. So that's really, people can't focus on you. So anything in the picture that may divert people's attention away from yourself, you want to avoid that. So that's the first thing. And secondly, the light and the shades. So you want to make sure that it's bright enough to see you, but also the light is coming from an even angle. It's coming from an angle that the light is evenly on your face or body. So it's not too much of a shade or too bright to see clearly, or overexposure, I think that's the term, to see what your facial expression or see yourself. And if you're taking that photo at home, making sure, which is so normal. Several of my clients are doing that nowadays at home because we are all in lockdown for COVID-19. So making sure you're doing that in front of a plain background, a plain wall, or if you have a big piece of paper with light colors, you can do that. Make sure it's been taken by other people, or if you have a tripod, that's much better. And also making sure it's at the level of your eye level, so it's not looking down on you or it's not looking up from another angle, because we want to see that equal eye to eye. That's point number two. And thirdly, how much do you want to review yourself in the photo? So most of the time, it's okay to reveal up to your shoulder or reveal up to your chest, as long as you look confident and happy and radiant. The gesture, as I suggested, when I went to the studio to take it, if you want to be more authoritarian, you can cross your arms. But cross your arms, it's also body language, meaning that you are a little bit defensive. So be cautious with that if you're at the early stage of your career, not crossing your arms too strong or to look too defensive. So just natural hands down, looking into the camera, showing how happy you are at your work, showing how determined or confident or radiant you are. That's the facial expression I would suggest. All right, that's pretty much everything I want to share for this. And if you are in Sydney, if you had a look of my photo that you like it, I do recommend the studio who's done that for me. It's K Studio, Kevin's studio in top right. If you do need help, reach out to me about that. Otherwise, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next video. Bye.